Hey y'all. Okay, so what we are going to be doing today is taking basic shapes like the foundations of forms and making a composition with them. I wanted to say though that when you're beginning this part of the drawing, you really do just want to use like the regular basic shapes. So, okay, square or a rectangle. This is intended to turn into a column, which is why I have curved lines at the top and the bottom. This one, like just a regular triangle with a flat bottom, can be the beginning of a pyramid. And then also for the cone, same thing as with the cylinder, I've started the cone with a curved line. Spheres, I just traced this little bowl. So to draw circles, tracing is easy. And okay, this is where I am at this point. So I've got my composition arranged and it's just started out with these basic shapes that we've just looked at. So I've made, okay, a drawing just using those things. This example has 18 different shapes in it. What I would like for you all to do is to get at least 15. Just, you want to have an even composition, like I don't know, like things are kind of spaced out. They're not too crowded and there's like something interesting happening throughout the paper. So what I want to do now is to talk about, okay, the next step that we're going to do once you have all of your shapes placed in your space. We're going to go ahead and make these three-dimensional. We're going to turn them into forms. And what I want to talk to you all about is like adding perspective or adding, the points of view. So for example, if I want to take this cone basis and I want to change it into something, like I'm actually looking up at this cone. And so I can tell that I'm looking up because I can see the bottom. So that might be a way that you can finish a cone. If you're looking at a pyramid and you're saying like, all right, I want to take this and make it into something, okay, actual three-dimensional pyramid. I'm going to just go ahead and add this extra line. And I'm actually going to just continue to build all of my shapes and turn all my shapes into forms. So while I am doing this, I'm actually going to draw things so that they are overlapping. And so what that means is I am not erasing the lines that are in between here. And the reason for that is because we are going to make this appear solid eventually. But for today, what we want to do is to just actually fill in the forms so that they appear to be three-dimensional. I think for this one, I'll just show you real quick an alternative method. So, okay, sorry. For this rectangular prism, I've just drawn, okay, my two diagonal lines, same length, same direction, and connected them. This one, maybe I want to show it as being like a trapezoid. So what I can do is to connect two diagonal lines from each corner. And you are not required to do this. I just want to show you some options. Okay, so I've got my two diagonal lines coming towards each other. And I can just connect it with this, okay, a line there. So this looks like a form is like kind of shooting out at me. Okay, let's look at maybe doing another, I'm just gonna fill in this version of the cube. However you are doing this, like however big or small you're making your lines is fine. We just wanna make sure that, yeah, as you are constructing your drawing, you're showing the forms accurately. And so we've been practicing that this week. So I think you should be in good shape. But anyways, this is what we're going to continue to do until all of your forms have been made three-dimensional. One thing that I will say about the spheres is that they're actually just going to remain as just regular circles for right now. Because, again, the way that you can see the form of spheres is usually just by shading. All right, so another thing I guess I'll just mention is that when I'm doing this drawing, I am showing multiple perspectives. So all of these forms they're not operating kind of in the same way that like buildings would in one point perspective. They're not all using the same, we're not viewing them from the same space. And so anyways, that's just what I wanted to add about that. When you are looking at the cylinders. So on the cylinders, I've drawn each of them with curved lines on the top and the bottom. You want to decide actually which side is up. And so, for example, in this cylinder, I've shown that this is the top because I'm showing the actual face of the the top of the cylinder. This one on the bottom, I'm just going to leave it like that because it appears to be standing up. And so this one that's correct. Okay, with my, I guess I'll just say again, with this cone, I am showing it like viewing it from above. This cone, I might be actually looking down at it. So that's why I've left this plain. When you are doing this, you know, you might find that you get like there's a lot of lines and they get maybe a little confusing. So that's why I would say to start just with all of your regular flat shapes, making sure that you have some space in between them. And so that way you're less confused. You're gonna continue this until everything is finished, but I'm gonna stop for now, so I think you get the idea.